Hey everybody, I'm Teresa. Thank you for popping in. I'm going to give my opinion. It's just my opinion on the Monique and the Bonnets thing. So thank you for coming over here. Please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you. I want to know what your thoughts are. So let me know in the comments. What do you, if you're in this live, thank you. If you're not, please, if you're watching the replay, let me know what your real true opinion is, okay? Because that message was definitely for the sisters in the world, because she's trying to say, sisters, we got to step up and be about it, basically. So I wanted to talk about it because I'm a scarf person but not a bonnet person. So we're going to talk about the scarf thing and what my thoughts are. So please subscribe, share this out if you can, give me a thumbs up. I would definitely appreciate it. I can't wait to talk about this. Let's get into it, basically. You know what I mean? So first off, let me just start by saying I understand what she's saying. I really do, because I used to go to the stores like Walmart. Walmart is a big store for people just coming in with bonnets, pajama bottoms, pajama tops. I seen girls in there, and I'm talking about it's all races, but I'm talking about specifically Black women in there with little what you call those Daisy Duke shorts and a tank top, which is what they wore to bed. And they get up, go to Walmart, go to the grocery store, whatever, go to drop their kids off at school because they're looking at it like, I'll just be out for a second. But I remember saying over and over again, wonder why are we wearing pajamas? Why are we wearing bonnets to the grocery store? I remember asking that to my husband all the time years ago, not even just now because Monique said it, but Monique saying it on her platform brings up it brings a lot of attention to it. So let's just say that it definitely does. And hey Whitney, what's up? So it definitely brings attention to it, which it should. But I do remember saying that, like, wonder why we go out the house looking like that. The Daisy Dukes and the tank top is what we wear to bed. The flannel pajama pants and slippers, that's what we wear to bed. The bonnets on our head, that's what we wear to bed. I remember asking myself, why do we do that? I sure do. So Monique saying it really touched a funny bone for me because I was like, oh my God. So are we thinking too much into it, or is there something really to it? Do you feel like we're misrepresenting Black women when we do that, and it's kind of knocking us down the ladder a little bit, giving people a reason to look down at us? Or do you feel like everybody can do what they want and just mind your business? You know? Let me see what Whitney said. This is a live stream, so I'm going to be checking the comments. I wear PJs going out sometimes. I feel like it's up to the person. Yeah. Well, I have one daughter and two sons. So let me say this. I didn't raise my daughter to leave the house in her pajamas. So honestly, I don't think she does. You know what I mean? She's grown now. She can do whatever she wants. But she never, and what I mean by I didn't raise her to do it is she never seen me doing it. So kids, when they're little, they pick up things that their parents are doing. So I never went to her school with a bonnet on and some slippers and pajama pants. So you are conditioned to do what your parents do. And if your mama's not doing that, that's not something you're used to seeing. Now, if you grew up in a household where your mom did that all the time, because a lot of young parents do that, and they have daughters who's 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, who then will grow up wearing their pajamas outside of the house. I think to some degree it is a learned behavior, but I think when you get a certain age, you know what you're doing, and you're either choosing to do it or you're choosing not to do it. I personally will never do it. I even have a problem running to the dumpster with pajama flannel pants on. And these are pants, so we are covered up. But in my mind, it's still pajamas. It's something I wear in the house. You know what I mean? So I would throw on a pair of sweatpants and some sneakers and run out. Same thing with my husband. He has pajama pants. He's the one that takes the trash out 95% of the time, and he always puts his jeans on to run out and take out the trash. And I think it could be just our era. We were raised that way. We weren't raised to be outside in our pajamas, no way, shape, or form. Now, do I believe that it's making us look bad as a culture? Maybe, yeah. I mean, because our own people look and go, "Oh Lord, why does she got that on?" So you imagine all the other races are looking at us the same way. You know what I mean? So, hey Rochelle, yeah, you feel like it's up to the person. It is. But everything is up to the person in the world. But people judge people all the time. So you have to either care about being judged or not care. You have to either care about your appearance or not care. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, and if you want to go out in your pajamas, Whitney, by all means, please do so. But my opinion, for me, I just can't do it. I can't do it because I know this is a judgmental world. Do I care what people think about me? No. But do I want to be looked at in a certain way in the world? Yes. I want to be looked at as, I don't want to be looked at as the pajama clad black girl. I feel like we got enough on our head as it is. So for me, if I don't want to get cute or put on makeup or do my hair or whatever, there's so many what you call that, baseball cap wigs now that you can wear and still be cute. They have those wigs that are built into the baseball cap. You throw it on and you go. It takes 2 seconds. You don't have to put on makeup. Makeup is not an issue. You don't got to be beat. Just look presentable. Get a nice sweatsuit. Get a nice jogging suit. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like there's other things to put on besides pajamas to go outside. I have said this for years. But like I said, Monique being a big celebrity, it brought a lot of attention to it. But I know if other black people are looking at the black people doing it, then obviously the world is looking at us doing it too. And my dad used to always say, you don't know who you're gonna run into in the world. What if I run into a big celebrity and I want to be an actor and I want to be in their movies? They might overlook me because I got on pajamas and a bonnet and I look a hot mess. They might. I just like to always be presentable. This is the way I look when I run out the house. Period. Little bit put together, not too dressed up, a little bit put together. You know? Let me see. No, it's not a racial issue. It's not a racial issue, but Monique was speaking on to mostly us, black women, because we get judged the most. So we are talking about us culturally. Have I seen white people and everybody wear a bonnet? No, maybe not a bonnet, maybe a scarf, but she was specifically talking about us because we go through so much in society. So she's only caring about her people. So this specific issue is about our people because we're the ones who have it the worst in the world. We're the ones that are judged the most. So it's a real issue. Do we want to be looked at that way? There is lawyers and doctors who run to the store in a bonnet. So in that moment, nobody knows or cares that you're a lawyer or a doctor. You're just that nasty black girl over there looking a hot mess. So she's just trying to say, let's stop. Don't want a baseball cap wig. Let's stop with this, y'all, and let's do better. And I just don't see anything wrong with that. You know what I mean? Yeah, Rochelle, me either. Me either. Hi, Maria. Hi, Melissa. What's up? How you doing, boo? I don't like it either, as always, having been a plus size girl. Me too. Me too. It was drilled in my head to look presentable. And that's how it was back in the day. But think about it now, Melissa. These young parents, 19, 18, 21, 22, 23, they're outside in a bonnet. These are the very people we're talking about. So their children are growing up in that type of comfortable level. So now when their kids get to be 13 or 14, they're going to run to the store in a bonnet or a pajama bottoms. You know what I mean? Our parents didn't do that. My mother never did that, ever. You know? About that, especially with my being the only girl. Yeah, yeah. I have 13 brothers and sisters. We never once seen my mom leave the house like that. So it wasn't something I seen. So I didn't grow up thinking this is a thing. You know what I mean? But we are from a whole different generation. This is really, really taking form with these younger parents and these younger people. For them, they don't care because they'll turn around. You'll see him in the bonnet, and 20 minutes later, you'll see him as an Instagram model, like boom, boom, boom. And I get it. But in that second, in that moment, You are just that girl with a bonnet and pajamas on that people are looking down on. That's the point, really. That is the point. My parents were very strict. Yeah, I feel like you can look presentable in anything, but that's my opinion. Yeah, you are a millennial. That's what I said. This generation, this is the way they want to look. And when they're ready to turn it around, then they'll do it. But for me, old school, I just don't want to be looked down upon or miss an opportunity that could have been me because I'm out there looking like what they like to call ghetto. You know what I mean? Monique is right. Oh, hi, Dan Scovitz. Thank you for coming in. Monique is right. All people, not just women or black women, should hold themselves to a higher standard. Absolutely. Absolutely. But who is going to get judged the most for it? It is going to be black women. We have it hard enough in this world. We don't need to add anything to what we're already being talked about. Let's not give anything else. Okay, a white woman might be able to put on a bonnet, or Chinese or Japanese, and nobody will say anything except for, I wonder what's going on. Let a black woman do it. She's ratchet. She's ghetto. Ew, look at her. It's a way bigger judgment. And I think it's not even worth it. Just throw on a scarf or throw on a little cap and put on a t-shirt and some shorts. And it takes 3 minutes to look presentable to go outside. Now I don't know if y'all seen the video, but for people in the playback, I'm going to play it from my phone so you can kind of get an idea of what I'm talking about. You know, the world is definitely changing, but staying the same. Black people has always been judged. That goes back for centuries, honey. That is not a new thing. We've been judging each other. We judge each other worse than other people judge us. So we are definitely, this has been going on for centuries, where we are being judged by everybody else in the world. And we're also being judged by our own people. You know what I mean? I don't look down on it, but I am definitely not comfortable with it. But that's me personally. Exactly, Melissa. Me too. Me too. And everybody has to do what they're comfortable with. If that's what you love, then I love it for you. Go ahead, do your thing, honey. We can't stop anybody from doing what they want to do. Me personally, I don't want to present myself that way because I feel like we got it hard enough, and I don't need nobody looking down on me or whispering, or I just don't need it. I don't want it. It's not my comfortability. And okay, so that's just me though. That's just me. And these are my opinions and I'm entitled to them. you know? So, right, right. Dan said right on. Hey, Akil. Right. Akil, I've never seen a white woman or a woman of any other nationality walk outside in a bonnet. No shade, though. I said that. I said, when is it's very rare if it does happen, because I never really seen it either, but I wanted to make it just in case there's a few. But Akil, I 100% agree with you. It's not something we see regularly. We see us with that on. Let's just be real. We see us with that on. So let me see if I can show the people who did not see this. Oh, thank you, Akil, for coming back. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, even if all races have it, it's not to the degree we are, Whitney, and they're not talking about them, they're talking about us. It's just facts. Like always, it's the black women. So let's keep it real specific to the black women. They are not talking about anybody else. And I don't see white women and Asian women walking around in abundance, in abundance with bonnets on. I just don't. I just don't. I'm no longer a Justy. That's right. I had you on my list for people that were no longer members, but I understood it. I was like, well, people got bills, they got stuff to do. Oh, thank you, Melissa. Oh, thank you, you guys. I appreciate you so, so much. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm getting ready to play the little piece of the video because I want y'all to see what she said. You know? All right. Thank you guys for coming members. Thank you guys for becoming members. Hold on. Let me see if I can get it to play.
blankets wrapped around them. I saw so many, actually too many to count, and too many for me to tap. But I saw so many of our young sisters in head bonnets, scarves, slippers.
Here we go. She talking about in the airport, y'all.
Blankets wrapped around them, and this is how they're showing up to the airport. And I've been seeing it, not just at the airport, I've been seeing it at the store, the mall. I've been seeing sisters showing up with these bonnets and headscarves and these slippers. And the question that I'm having to you, my sweet
That's the message coming.
When did we lose pride in representing ourselves? When did we step away of let me make sure I'm presentable when I leave my home? Let me make sure I'm representing the family I created.
That's right.
So that if I'm out in the street, I look like I have pride in myself. And I'm not saying no full face of makeup. I'm not saying no full front lace frontal. I'm not saying none of that. All I'm saying is, could you please comb your hair? And if you don't want to comb your hair, they got enough shit out here now, baby, where you can style yourself up and look like you have pride.
Right, exactly.
I'm not saying you don't have pride, but the representation that you're showing, someone would have to ask you.
Right.
To know
they would have to ask to know you had you.
So my
who
sweet
you are.
babies, for the ones that do call me auntie, I love you for real. Even the ones that don't, I love y'all asses too. But the babies that say auntie to me, please listen to auntie. Always have pride in your representation.
Period. Period. That's the point I wanted to make. Her thing is just have pride on who you are and your representation of yourself. Now, will millennials listen to her? No, because they really think they know everything. They don't listen half the time to their parents. They don't listen to anybody really because they're so, I know everything. It's what I say and that's that. And so then her message will fall on deaf ears, and the people who love it, I love it for you. I love it for you. But for the ones, like she said, that will listen, let's just try to represent ourselves a little better. That's all. That's all. You know? Yeah, but that's never going to happen. Black people are going to always judge each other. White people are going to judge us. Asians going to judge. It's a judgy world. It's just not going to happen. Gotta hop on a meeting for work, but I love this comment. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you so much for coming. And thank you so much for becoming a member. You're one of my justies. Melissa, please follow me on Instagram. I have a private group just for my members because I like to go in there and say good morning, see how y'all day is, things like that. So please hit me up on Instagram, JustTheresa2, all one word, so that I can put you in the group, okay? Thank you so much for coming. Hey, Andrew, how are you? Aunties are needed for this exact reason, their wisdom, right? But Akil, it definitely falls on deaf ears for the newer people. It's kind of like being a grown up, being from my age and having grown children. A lot of times your kids won't listen when they're adults. So that's why this generation is so different than the generations before. And so I feel like if they're gonna do what they want, then let them live. Do your thing. Please wear your bonnet. Please wear your pajamas. You're representing yourself. You're not representing everybody else. So knock yourself out. I think if you love it, I love it. You know what I mean? If you like it, I love it for you. That's who you want the world to see. That's what you don't care about. Then knock yourself out. And I mean that genuinely, because we can't tell people what to do when they're adults. All we can do is give the wisdom and say what we think and hope that somebody will take that out of the conversation. So I hope somebody watching will say, you know what, maybe I can just throw on the baseball cap wig and a sweatsuit instead of my pajamas and a bonnet on my head. Maybe, because it just takes 1 second. You can take off the bonnet, put on a cap, take off the bonnet, put on a scarf. It takes 1 second. So you have to want to do that. And the ones who want to do it because you listen to this conversation, Thank you so much. I'm glad I'm able to help somebody. You know what I mean? Hi, Dan. Yeah, I'm good. Still in college. Just got done with my test. Good for you. Good luck on that. You know? Right. Whitney, you're taking it a little too personal. This conversation is not about life on wheels, Whitney. It's not. It's about me wanting to talk about what Monique said. It's a general conversation. Please don't make it so personal where it's about you and everybody's going to turn around and now go back and forth on with Whitney. Whitney, if you want to wear a bonnet and pajamas, please go ahead, knock yourself out. If you like it, I love it. It's not about you personally. It's about a general conversation for Black women in general, not Life on Wheels Whitney. So, Whitney, just do you. There's no reason to argue or keep saying it. Just do you. Wear the pajamas, wear the bonnet. You like it, we love it. That's done. This is a general conversation I wanted to have on a topic that is trending right now. I have been thinking this for years, way longer than when Monique said it. But her platform makes it a big global trending topic. Like I said, I didn't raise my daughter that way. And by saying that, it's not like I was going, go, don't you go out the house with a bonnet. No, she didn't see that growing up. Mommy always threw herself together before she walked out the door. That's what she knows. That's what she grew up on. So having a bonnet or pajamas going outside is not nothing she would have been normal to her. It's just different right now. The times is different. Everything is different now than it was when I was growing up. And we're okay with that. Us older women are okay with that. So the message is for people who want to listen. It takes 30 to 40 seconds, maybe even 1 minute to throw on a baseball cap in a sweatsuit. That's all. So the conversation is very general. It is not personal. But Dan, I know. Thank you for coming and giving your opinion because I know it is something that you see. And the 95% of this conversation isn't for other races. It's for Black people. It really is, and that's why Monique kept saying my sisters, because she cares about us. We already got it hard enough in the world. She just want us to try to do a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? So the ones who like it, we love it. Don't take it personal. Even people watching the playback, if it's something you love, just leave me a comment and let me know. I love it. I'm comfortable that way. I'm going to keep doing it, and I respect it. I'm not trying to change anybody's mind or make you do it like I'm your mother. I'm no one's mother but my 3 kids. And I only got one daughter and I got 3 granddaughters. So, even I'm not even their parent. So if they're being raised with their mama, seeing their mother in a bonnet and pajamas all the time when she leaves the house, there's a chance they might do it. You know what I mean? Will I pull them to the side and say, baby, go back in the house and put something on? Yes, I will try. But does that mean they're going to listen? Maybe not. I'm not their mother, so they might not, you know? Let me see. Oh, Dan, okay, okay. I am handicapped and I care how I look to others, right? It takes me a great deal of work to look decent, but I do it because I want others to know that I care about myself. Very good, Dan. Very good. Very good. So, Dan, are you in a wheelchair as well? Or you're not in a wheelchair, you just have some level of disability? Yeah, you're not the on disabled person here. I'm disabled too, so relax. He's not. I don't think. I don't know, Whitney. I think he's giving his opinion, just like you're giving your opinion. I think what he's saying for him as a handicapped person, like you have voiced as a handicapped person, you're going to wear your bonnets and you're going to wear pajamas when you leave the house. That's your opinion of how you want to be for yourself. Dan is saying, I'm the complete opposite. I'm handicapped and I do not want to do that. You are both entitled to your feelings. That's what this is, an open forum. It's an open forum, and so I'm really excited that you both are giving me your opinions because that makes me see where everybody stands with it, and that's what I wanted this to be about. you know? And so Monique had took so much slack. She went back on to Instagram and made a comment to everybody coming for her. So let me show y'all that.
Hey, my sweet baby. I've been thinking long and hard about what I'm going to say in this post.
Check this out.
Because the post that I did Friday in reference to us being the best us that we could be, it rubbed some people wrong. But I want to share this with y'all. And there were two people in my life that, had I taken a different attitude, I could have felt like they was rubbing me wrong. But I'm glad I took the attitude of appreciation and gratitude because they tapped me. And that was Patti LaBelle and Margaret Avery. Patti LaBelle had to tap me one night to get ready to do a show.
Check this out.
And I was in my feelings over some shit. And that woman had to come tap me and tell me to get myself together. And she didn't tell me with lollipop kisses and pancakes with syrup all over. She told me what I really wanted to hear. I was grateful for that night because it impacted my life. Miss Margaret Avery, I was grateful the night she called my dressing room and she said to me, baby, focus on getting some more of that weight off of you because I see what you're doing. And I'm glad those two women love me enough.
So she could have took that statement very, very personal when Margaret Avery told her, you got to get some of that fat off of you, because most people would have took that judgmental. I've been called a big woman. How come I won't lose weight? That could have been received as judgmental. I could have been in my feelings about that. Like Monique said, I could have very well been in my feelings. Like, are you calling me fat? You know what I said when somebody said, oh, you a big girl? I said, yes, honey, I ain't big. I'm juicy, baby. I have a lot of pride in myself. There's nothing nobody can tell me to make me feel less than myself. I always present myself respectfully, whether I'm a plus size girl or not. So other people's judgment of me does not make me who I am. You know what I mean? But if I would have received it that way, it could have been a big old shado over somebody's opinion of me. I don't care what you think about me. I'm a juicy girl and it is what it is. You know what I mean? Somebody loves me just the size that I am. So honestly, that's the same thing with the bonnet conversation. If you like it, we love it. If that's what you want to do, then please do so. It's only for the people who want to hear it that we as a culture need to be looked at differently. And this is one of the ways that we can do it. You know, so Monique was making the point of, my elders told me this. They told her to get that weight off of her. She got to do better. She was so big in the face. Monique has lost over 100 pounds. So they were saying to her, this is not a good look. It's not healthy. You need to lose weight. She could have got offended, but she didn't. Sometimes you just got to listen to your elders, for the ones who want to listen. You know, sometimes you just got to listen. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I just think it's basically the way you perceive it, you know, and there's going to be a lot of young people who are absolutely never going to change. And Monique made that comment. She said, this is for the ones who call me auntie and love me and know that it's coming from a good place. This is for you, not for the people who don't want to listen or want to be resentful, because the ones who are mad are typically the ones who are like that in public. Those are the main ones that are mad. The ones coming for her on her Instagram channel are all the girls who've been doing that, going out with pajamas and slippers and Daisy Duke shorts and tank tops and a bonnet. Those are the ones coming for her in her comments. And she expected that, and she's okay with that. But she wanted it for the ones who are looking at her and they love her and they know that she's saying it from a respectful mommy type of vibe. You know what I mean? So it's just for the people who want it, basically. It's just for the ones who want to receive it. Let me see. Did everybody give me a thumbs up? Please thumbs me up. I'm going to share this out. And I'm going to write on here, please join the conversation. Convo. Join the convo. Let me share that out. Hold on 1 second, you guys. All right, there we go. There we go. Thank you. Hi, Janine. How are you? Hi, Janine. What's going on, sis? How are you? How are you? You seen my headline? I'm talking about that whole Monique thing. Just trying to get everybody's opinions. So far, we got a couple of opinions in the chat, which I really love because I do want to see where everybody's coming from. So, Janine, what is your thoughts on Black women? We're going to talk about Black women because that's the majority of the people doing it. Going out in public in pajamas, slippers, bonnets, the hair not combed, whatever the situation is. What is your thoughts on that, Janine? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. How y'all like my soul clap to that at JustTheresa t-shirt? I love it. I have it in all colors, y'all. I made it real reasonably priced on my merchandise site. So please feel free to go over there and purchase something on my merch. The link is in the link is in my description box below. Yeah. Hey, Angel Lives, how are you? Thank you for coming in. Oh, who cares? Okay, Janine said, who cares? I like how you want to go outside. It's up to you, boo. Okay, so you kind of feel like, and I respect that. You kind of feel like Whitney feels. Whitney says she goes outside in pajamas, bonnets, whatever she wants to wear because it's her right. So I agree, people can do whatever they want to do, but I think Monique's only real thing was let's Black women, let's represent ourselves better. We already have enough judgment. We already got people talking about us. We already got people looking down on us. So present yourself so that we can rise above that. I think that's more her point. But I absolutely agree. People who want to do it, you like it, I love it. If you want to wear the bonnet and pajamas, nobody can stop you. It's not even a debate. Nobody can stop you. You know what I mean? So knock yourself out. But I just think for her, for Monique, she's trying to reach those people that want to listen. You know how you want to listen to your older sister or your mommy figure or your mentor? She's saying, please don't do it. Let's try to rise above the stereotypes that is already going on about us Black women. You know? Let me see. Okay. Oh, Janine said, I take my kid to school in PJs, then I get dressed, then you get dressed. Oh, okay, Janine. I hate seeing that. It just looks bad. It takes a few minutes to just put on regular clothes. I had a whole conversation about that, Angel Lives. Honestly, I did. I swear. Throw on, and they got now, Angel, they got hats with the wig hanging down. So you throw on a cap and there's a long, like, or short wig attached to it. And it just looks so cute to me. I want one of those hat wigs. And so that takes no effort at all. 1 second, 1 second. You know what I mean? So, but sometimes you just are so tired. Yes, you are. I agree with that. I agree. But I personally, I would throw on a baseball cap or a scarf and maybe a little sweatsuit or some shorts. I don't know. I just feel like it takes 1 second to make it look a tad bit presentable. And one thing I never did, and this is not personal for Janine or anybody, but I never went to my kids' school in pajamas. Never, 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 never. I always went presentable. Because even if you're going and you're just dropping them off and you're sitting in the car and not getting out, what if that teacher came to the car and said, I need to talk to you about your child. Could you come in for a second? So your kid is going to be hell of embarrassed. Please believe. And every friend he got on that schoolyard is going to tease him behind your back. So I never did that. Even if I thought I was just dropping off my kids, I always had on jeans, a t-shirt, and my hair was done. But that's just me personally. So the message is, whenever we can do better, we should do better. It takes about 2 minutes to make it look a tad bit better. That's all Monique was saying. That's really all she was saying. Right, right, Dan. Yeah. You can just throw on, let me see what Monique can just throw on a long, exactly. Monique, I just bought two sundresses. One is long black and one is long lavender. I don't got to do nothing. Sandals and a cute summer dress, and I'm out the door. That took me less time than it did to roll out of the bed. And a lot of people, when you have on pajamas, another thing about the pajama thing, let me just say this, and this is my opinion. All of this is my opinion. When you wear pajamas outside, what that tells me is you rolled your butt out the bed from sleeping and sweating all night and walked out your front door. That means you didn't brush your teeth, you didn't comb your hair. This is the perception. Now, that don't mean it's not facts, but you definitely didn't take a shower and put your pajamas back on. So the world is looking, going, ew, they didn't even take a bath or a shower before she left out the house. That's the perception. That's the message that needs to be conveyed. Nobody who's wearing pajamas outside has got out of the bed from sleeping for 10 hours and sweating, got in the shower, put pajamas back on, and then went outside. If somebody says that, I don't believe it. I just don't. So perception is that's a dirty person because they got up from sweating all night and went outside. You know what I mean? If you're dressed, then 9 times out of 10, you took a shower, got dressed, and went outside. It's all perception. It's all perception. Let me see. Yeah, Dan, you could be right. And so what I'm hoping that somebody watching the playback, or if I can get to even one younger person or older person, because sometimes older people do it. So if I can just change the mind of one person to take 1 second to look presentable to go outside, you ain't gotta have makeup, you don't gotta have a full beat, but please choose a sundress or a tank top, or a t-shirt or some shorts. Please choose that over pajamas. I'm doing something. You know what I mean? So let me say, I didn't do that to my kids either. That's good, Angel. Me either. Well, my PJs is literally a shirt and some nice sweatpants. Oh, that's good, Janine. I never did that to my kids. But I tell you what, there was people that when I was dropping my kids off, they were dropping their kids off and they had on their pajamas. And I remember a friend of mine was parked behind me when we were dropping our kids off. She had on her pajamas. Matter of fact, in a big so it wasn't a bonnet, but it was one of those sleep caps. So it's like a bonnet. She had on a sleep cap. And she was like, girl, we were on the phone. She was like, girl, I'm not even getting out the car. I got to go home, make a coffee, and then I got to go to work. So I'm not too worried. The teacher and the principal came out and asked her to come in because they wanted to talk to her. She was like calling me, going, oh my God, I can't get out the car. I got on like Daisy Dukes. I can't get out the car. I said, I told you to not come here. And this was years ago. I said, I told you not to come to the kids' school with pajamas. So the teacher and the principal were standing outside the car waiting. Unbeknownst to them, she wasn't dressed on the bottom. Her son wasn't 3 years old and don't know the difference. He was 13. So she had to tell them, she had to humbly roll down her window and say, I'm so sorry. I can come back. Give me 15 minutes. I'm going to go home and get dressed and I'll come back. And the principal said, oh, okay, was something wrong? She said, well, I'm not properly dressed. And he said, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know. Sure, go ahead and go home and come back. But the judgment he had in that moment, she felt it. So that's the point. And you know what I mean? My let me see what Angel said. My mom and grandmothers were always presentable in public. My mom hated pajamas outside the house. Me too. I was always that way. That's what I was saying. I only have one daughter and two sons. So my daughter, she never seen that coming from me. So she didn't grow up that way, and she don't leave her house in pajamas or a bonnet, to be honest, or a bonnet. When her hair is not done and she didn't get it done, she will stay home before she go out that house. You know what I mean? Not the funny PJs with the silly pants and t-shirts. Right, right, okay. Exactly. Right, right. But the perception is people who roll out of the bed after 10 hours of sleep, going outside, didn't take a shower. It's all perception. So in their mind, they're judging, going, ooh, they're thinking that. Even if you could say 1,000 times you took a shower before you went to sleep, but there's still 8 hours when you're sweating. I sweat at night big time. So, first thing, shower in the morning, throw on a t-shirt, and I'm out the door. I'm just gonna make the time. And then when you don't, when you go out with pajamas or whatever, instantly people are thinking, I've heard people say it to me, that girl didn't take a shower today. She got out the bed. I bet you she didn't brush her teeth or wash her face. People have said that to me as jokes about people we seen in Walmart, grocery store. So it's all perception, and that's what Monique is trying to say. It's all perception, you know? Thank you, Dan. Have a great day, all. And please listen to some good common sense. It's not that hard to do. You are right. One person. Exactly, Dan. That's what I feel. If I can reach one person on what I know and what I've seen, because I've been on this earth a long time, then I feel like I did my job. Everybody knows I give back to women and children all the time, to women in the homeless shelters, to women and kids in the homeless shelter. I'm always talking to them and trying to see things. How can things be better for you? Did you try a job here? Did you try? It's always been my passion. So if you're low key mentoring, I would bring clothes. Listen, here's some clothes. Wear this. I never brought like a Daisy Duke shorts and said wear this outside. So if I can mentor one younger person, then I feel like I've done my job as an older person in this generation. You know what I mean? Thank you, Dan, for coming in. The problem is what is presentable to one person is different from the other. I feel I am presentable in my PJs, but some of y'all different from my opinion, right? I see moms all the time looking like they just rolled out the bed, not even try to brush their hair. Right. Bed head and bed booty. That's what that is. Bed head and bed booty. Now your butt might not stink because you took a shower before you went to bed. It might not. But after 8 hours of sweating, it might. So the presentation for the person with the naked eye is they got out of the bed, didn't wash their ass, didn't wash their face, combed their hair, and went outside. That is what is being presented. And that's what Monique was trying to say. Let's just watch out how we are presenting ourselves. That's all. You know what I mean? Angel's like, LOL. But I'm so glad that you guys came in and had this conversation because I just feel like it's a really important conversation to have, to be quite honest. And I'm hoping that somebody that watches the playback of this will take the message from it, and not just try to be right or try to argue or try to make people say being outside in pajamas and bonnets is okay. I think that we all have to just respect our different opinions, do whatever we want to do. So, and if you don't want to change it, then we respect it. I respect anybody who wants to look the way they want to look. Please keep on looking the way you want to look. That is not the point of this conversation. My goal is to try to reach one person to it, because I've always had these thoughts as well. So it's trying to reach one person with the message that Monique was given, because she's on a global scale. So if I can say, okay, this is my opinion on it, this is what I've seen. It takes 3 minutes to look presentable, opposed to no minutes at all of just rolling out the bed and walking out the front door. Then that's what I'm doing. You know what I mean? So I think we all have to just respect the different opinions. That's why we're all different people. I'm okay with it if you're okay with it. But for the ones who want to know my opinion, because this this video is about my opinion, then that is my opinion. I think that we could take an extra 2 minutes to look a tad bit better. We can throw on a baseball cap wig. We can throw on sweatpants opposed to Daisy Dukes in a tank top that we wore to bed, or flannel pajama pants that we wore to bed and slippers. It's just my opinion. It takes 1 extra minute. One. We don't want to go out in the world and make people think we rolled out the bed and didn't even brush our teeth or wash our ass. I don't want that for Black women. So my opinion may be different than others. Please respect my opinion and I'll respect yours. Anybody watching this, I will respect everybody's opinion, but this is my opinion and we just got to agree to disagree. You know what I mean? And I want to thank again Akil and who was it? It was Akil and Melissa Econ for becoming a member. Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you, Whitney and Dan and Angel and everybody who's in here having this conversation with me. She was right. No, don't hire a glam squad. Just go. Some days you don't want to put on makeup. The makeup thing didn't even come up. It was literally just a presentation of our clothes and our hair. You know what I mean? She was just saying, look like you care at least. We don't want to add to more judgment and more people looking down at us as a race. Look how these Black folks, and you know what they call us. Look at how these Black women look out here. Ooh, Lord. They are doing that. Whether we like it or not, they are doing that. Our own people are doing that to each other. So, you know, Monique stepped outside of the box and she said it over and over again. I got to try to find the best way to say this so people know it's out of love and not out of judgment, because nobody ever says nothing to the younger people. So if the older women won't step out and say, listen, y'all, can we try to do this a little bit better? As your mentor, I want to tell you this. How are we helping? I think we're adding to the problem if we don't try to give our opinion as older women. I think it's our job, just like it's men's job to try to mentor young Black men in a hateful world against them. They need to say whatever it is they got to say to help our young men. Women, I feel like we have that same thing, older women, that we should try to give our wisdom back to the younger people, whether they take it or not take it. We have to say it. We got to say it because we're doing a disservice if we don't. I've always felt this way. So when Monique made it a global trending topic, I was like, okay, Teresa, this is your time to try to reach somebody. Now that people are talking about it. We should have been telling this to our babies. We should have been saying this. I've said it to my daughter. I've said it to the neighborhood kids. You know? Yes. Very good, Janine. Please always do. Yeah, it is. And I do feel like, and so let me be clear on this too. I do feel like when you're an adult, you can do what you want. Nobody can tell you what to do. You know what I mean? My feet done fell asleep. Oh my God. Woo! I don't know why my feet fell asleep today. They usually don't do that. But anyways, when you're an adult, you can do what you want. And just like any mentor, women could mentor other women, and it may fall on deaf ears all the time. Only thing we can do is try and make sure that they had somebody telling them, you know, what we feel is a better way. That's all we can really do, really, if you really think about it. Yeah. Yeah, some people can't leave the house without makeup. I'm different on that. I definitely always have to powder my face before I leave the house. I used to didn't, but now that I'm older, I want to look presentable. So I always throw a little powder with my little brush and then out the door I go. You know, but there's days that I want to just run to the corner grocery store, but I don't want to get dressed up. So I'll throw on a t-shirt, even if it's my own little t-shirt. This t-shirt took 30 seconds to put on. And I got on a pair of shorts. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. So if I can just put that message out there, but as adults, I respect everybody's opinion with when they say that they're okay doing that. I just want to make sure that you also know that with or without a bonnet, I still love all of y'all. The bonnet ain't gonna make me change my opinion of nobody. So bonnet yourself into bonnet heaven party. You know what I mean? So don't think that. It's not that big of a judgment where I'm gonna go, ooh, this one, and this one wear a bonnet and pajamas. Now, oh, child. No, I still love y'all. It don't matter that much. But all we can do is, as older women, is try to educate our younger women, try to make them, see things different. And for the ones who receive it, then woo woo. And the ones who don't, we respect you anyway. So that, let me be very clear on that, Right. And the thing is, too, now people like Tammy Roman got bonnets as a business. Latoya Wright got bonnets as a business. But even those bonnets are not made for outside. They're made for bed. And they're blinged out in the whole thing. But they wanted girls to feel cute going to bed. There is a difference. I just watched Tammy Roman on YouTube give her opinion because everybody tagged her about Monique's comments. So she made it very clear that she does not wear bonnets outside. The whole Bonnet Chronicles is a business that she does in the house. She said, I don't wear bonnets outside. My Bonnet Chronicles is something I do as comedy in the house. But then she also gave her opinion and said, to her, it doesn't matter who runs out the house in a bonnet. She don't care. So that is her opinion, and everybody respects her opinion. She's like, I don't got time to worry about what that one doing because I got to do what I'm doing. So everybody's going to have their different opinions. We just got to respect it and keep it moving. You know what I mean? Rochelle said, I got some nice ones. Hey, Jessica, how are you? Thanks for coming in, sis. Yeah, I've seen a woman in full makeup out with the bonnet. Make it make sense. Right. And that's what I was saying in here as a message. Everybody can do what they want, but just know when you, and as an older person trying to pass on the wisdom, just like Monique was trying to do, there's some fancy bonnets in here. When you step out of the house in a bonnet or pajamas, please know that people are looking down their nose and judging you. They are thinking you did not wash your ass because you got out of bed in your pajamas and went outside. They are thinking that you didn't comb your hair because you got a bonnet on. Now, do we have to care what people think? No, we don't. But do we want to represent ourselves in the best light? That's ideal. So, for the ones who want to take the message and understand it and go with it, I appreciate that. I hope when this video is over, this live is over, you still let me know in the comments whether you're yay or nay, whether you're with it or against it. You know what I mean? Because there's still a lot of people that were mad at Monique for even saying it. They didn't take the message. They took it as it was about the bonnets. It's not about the bonnets or the pajamas. It's about the representation of Black women. We are trying to do better in the world. We're trying to make change in the world. So it's about the representation in the culture. It's not about the pajamas or the bonnets at the technical side of it. And hopefully people understand that. Her message is culturally, let's rise above what people are already thinking about us, that we're ghetto, that we're ratchet. Let's rise above that. That's the message. Let's not give the world a reason to look down on us because they're already looking down. So if we go out the house and we're pulled together at least enough to look decent, there's one less thing that they got to talk about. So technically, it's not even about the bonnet. It's not even about the pajamas. It's about the culture. And hopefully that makes sense to you guys. Hopefully. It's bigger than the bonnet. It's bigger than the pajamas. It's about the culture. As a Black minority group, collectively, let's do better. Let's make the world look at us in a different light, which is bigger than bonnets, bigger than pajamas. So, you know what I mean? Don't fight about the pajamas and the bonnet. The issue is the culture. You know what I mean? So I feel like the message is being missed in a lot of ways. And she did try to find ways to make people understand, but I think she should have put more emphasis on it's about the culture, not about just the pajamas and the bonnets. If she would have said that, I feel like the message would have been received better. But because she left that out and she said, the bonnets, the pajamas, and the slippers, all the people who wear pajamas, bonnets, and slippers in public attacked her. So I think maybe the wording could have been switched around and the message might have been received a little better. But that's just my opinion. I just think, sometimes you got to really watch how you say things so that people can understand the message. I think the bonnets and the pajamas overtook the message, you know? Right. Just look, people just don't care. I've seen, yep. Just look presentable in the story. It's like going outside with rollers on your hair or having not washed your face. Because you rolled out the bed and you went to the store with those rollers in the pajamas, showing that you didn't wash your ass. You're showing the world that because they know you just got out the bed. So 8 hours of sweat in the hoo-ha and you heading out the door. It just don't make sense to me personally. But people who want to do it, I say go for it. There will still be low and high class in all groups, but for some reason, Black people have the bonnet girls repping us only on a daily. Yeah, see it every day. I don't understand it. Yeah, Jessica, we can try. Back 10, 15, 20 years ago when I was trying to talk to young girls about going to the store in pajamas, half of them just wasn't understanding or seeing where I was coming from. The other half listened and stopped doing it. So you're always able to reach somebody as an older mentor. I feel like us older women, grandmothers, we need to show the younger generation what we feel is right for our women. Only us, only we can show our kids, our babies, like Monique calls everybody, our babies. That's all we can do is try to talk to them. If it's not received, that's okay. I still put the message out there. Monique still put the message out there. Whitney made it very clear that she's going to wear bonnets and pajamas outside. She got into a full thing with Dan earlier in this chat. So I respect her opinion and where she stands with it. I have no problem at all with Whitney for having her way of seeing things. If you like it, I love it for you. But all I can do is put the message out and hope to reach somebody who's not just trying to be right and understand the actual cultural message that is trying to be, to be put out there. That's all I can hope for, This girl older than me doing it though. Yes, there is people of all ages. Absolutely. Absolutely. Right. Courts help our ladies. Whitney said, I'm not gonna lie, I might be missing the point because I'm not seeing what this has to do with the culture. Black women and Black men are looked at as culturally, we're looked at as some level of ratchet, some level of hood, some level as less than, some level as there's a lot of things that other cultures look at us as just in general. Soon as we walk in a room. So what I mean by it's about the culture is if we make sure we present ourselves presentable when we step into the world, that's one less thing that we can be put into a group and judged as or be looked down as. They might be like, oh, she's cute instead of, oh, look at that ratchet girl over there. So if we just rise above every time as a big collective, millions of Black people on this earth, we will be looked at differently. So that's for the culture. Just like Black men. It would be ideal if all the Black men could step out of the house and look different than what they consider hood or a thug. And it might just be a regular dude. Trayvon Martin was a regular kid with a hoodie and baggy jeans. But where did it end him up? Because of what the perception is. Because of what he is being perceived as with those hoodies and jeans. If he might have made a different choice walking out the door, he might still be alive today. Maybe not, but maybe so. If we could just give ourselves one extra chance at not being looked down upon and judged as a Black culture, then we're going in the right direction. That's really all I mean by that, you know? Yes, we are held at different standards. Absolutely. Right, exactly, Jessica. Thank you. Culture includes how you dress, talk, eat, cook, walk. Everything about us is being looked at. We are being looked at funny. We just are. You know what I mean? My sons are really good kids, really good, but they dress with the trend, they dress with the time. My youngest son, back in the baggy jeans and a hoodie era, he was pulled over by the cops for what? Because he had on a hoodie? So that automatically made him a bad kid? My kids have never been to jail. They never did anything bad. They were raised well. But he was just like Trayvon Martin. He was dressing like the culture, like everybody was doing. So, you know what I mean? So we just have to try our best to do things that can make us rise above the stereotypes of us. The way we walk, the way we dance. Everybody in every culture tries to steal the Black culture in our dance, in our music, in our hip hop. But let us do something a little out of the box. All those other cultures are not going to be talked about. We are. All Black girls do is twerk. You know how many times I've heard that? You know how many white women I see twerking because they're taking it from our culture and doing it too? And they're not being talked about like that. So they're trying to put us in a box. They're trying to represent us in a negative light. So if we could do anything to be outside of that box and not be looked at like that, then I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I'm going to always walk out the door and look presentable. I'm going to always look like I took a shower and washed my ass. Because I don't want to be looked down upon or be put in a group and clumped together with the culture of stereotypes of ratchet, hood, thugs, whatever else they think about us. You know what I mean? And that's just the way I see it. And the only thing I can do is try to hope that somebody takes something from that, you know? We stopped my grandson from sagging. We not allowing that. Exactly. Exactly. You know? Okay, Whitney, good, good. Well, I'm glad. Even if you don't change the way you think about how you walk out the door, that's okay. That is your right. But if you at least took a moment and said, you know what, I think I understand what she's trying to say. It's bigger than the bonnets and it's bigger than the pajamas. Then I feel happy about that. I will take that. Any little bit that can make somebody think is a win to me. You know? Exactly. Whitney, don't we all, at some level, we all love it. You know what I mean? But, you know, if we're on camera, and we are on camera doing it better than anybody, to be quite honest, the representation of that, is it good? Not really. No, no. Are Black women going to change? No. Are white women and Chinese women and every other culture twerking because they see us doing it? Yes. Yes. Are they being judged like us? Not really. No. We are always being judged. We are. Our culture. Let me get some juice, y'all. Hold up. Yeah. Well, because other races they take everything, all their swag and everything comes from Black culture in some way or the other. So they feel like when a white person or a Chinese person or a Filipino person puts braids in their hair, they feel like they're just trying to jack our style and be us, but they won't get the ramifications that we get. They can do what we do, but nobody's judging them like they're judging us. So it's just people getting their feelings because of that. Like, you're not Black, you don't know our struggle, so why are you trying to look like us? Because you would never be judged. So some people get in their feelings. I don't care. Wear what you want. Do what you want with your hair, as long as you're doing it. you know. So sometimes black people are very territorial on our swag and our look and our, stuff that we fought for to do. You know what I mean? So, but that's a whole different thing. You know what I mean? Yep. So that's my point. That is my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. Hopefully, I'm going to get out of here because it's been an hour. So thank you guys so much. Thank you for my two new members that I got today. Melissa Econ and Akil he was already a member. He became a member again. I think GA Girl resubscribed to my channel. Thank you, GA Girl. Thank you, Akil. Thank you, Melissa Econ. Thank you, Angie Poole, and all my other members. Life on Wheels. Whitney is a member. She's been rocking with me for a minute, and we have difference of opinion. And I still love Whitney. I don't care what her opinion is on anything. She is still my sister. I still love her. We don't have to agree. We can agree to disagree respectfully. You know what I mean? So I don't want people to get into full arguments and fights over this topic because everybody's entitled to their opinion. I can never stop anybody from giving their true opinion. So we don't need to do that either. We need to let people receive or not receive, but let them have their opinions. That's still my boo. Whitney's my boo. It don't matter. Yes, for the emojis. Come on, Whitney. All right, you guys, it has been an hour. So I got some stuff I got to do today. I've been very busy. Yes, exactly, Angel. Exactly. There go my emojis. Hey. Yes, we can disagree, be respectful about it, and move on. But I thank y'all for kicking it with me and having this conversation and giving me your feedback. I appreciate it. Agrees or disagrees or whatever it is, I appreciate everybody's opinion. And I even loved hearing, hey, Akil, I even loved hearing from Akil and Dan, the man's perspective. Because don't think that a man don't see us out there with bonnets and pajamas on, that they ain't going, they looking like only they know what's in their head. But I guarantee you it ain't good. I guarantee you. Hey, Melissa. I would have to go back and see what I missed. Yep. Oh, Alvin. Hi, kicking it with Alvin. Thank you for coming in. Yes, Melissa, you didn't miss anything. I was just saying to people, it's bigger than the bonnets. It's bigger than the pajamas. It's about the culture. And I think if Monique would have mentioned that piece, that let's stop giving people a reason to call us ratchet and hood and thugs and nasty and dirty, then maybe people would have understood the message better. But I think a lot of people just took away from it. You talking about my bonnets and pajamas. For me, it's bigger than that. It's just the culture needs to rise above people, the representation that we're putting in a box for. I don't want to be represented on what you think Black women look like. So I don't wear bonnets and pajamas in public. But it's not about the bonnets. It's not about the pajamas. That's the point. And if Monique would have made that point that culturally we have to do different, make people see us different, then maybe it would have been received better. But instead, all the bonnet wearer and pajama wearers were calling her all kinds of names. They were disrespecting her as an elder woman, and the whole message, I feel, was missed behind the bonnet and pajama statement. It's not about those things. It's about us as a culture rising above what people think about us. So we're always decent when we walk out the door. That's one less thing they got to talk about us about because they're always talking. So that's my thing. I think her message wouldn't have got lost if maybe she would have brought that up a little bit more, Exactly. We had that conversation too, Melissa. Absolutely. See you later, Rochelle. So I think so that from music too. I mean, look at the lyrics to Savage by Meg. Exactly. There's so many things, Whitney. There's so many things that we're being judged upon. This is just one thing in the whole big plethora of stuff that they're talking about our culture for. A lot of the other stuff they're just trying to copy us with. But the bonnets and the pajamas and looking all crazy when we walk out the door, they're gonna leave that one to us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's just crazy and honestly just in everything we should try to do better, but that's a big battle. So we can start at one small thing, mentoring the women, one small thing mentoring the men, one small thing mentoring the kids, and just keep building our culture. Then maybe one day we will see change, because there's a whole lot of stuff that needs to be changed, baby. So that's all I'm saying. Like, we need a lot of things need to change. But on this one particular thing, that is one thing that when they look at us, they won't be thinking dirty girl if we just do a little bit better. That's all. And I think she should have made the message more about that, about us culturally and how we're being perceived. And if we could just do one thing better, we might not be perceived in that way as well. You know what I mean? So that's what the point is. Got my Lipton iced tea. Alvin. And Alvin, you can't reach everybody, and I don't expect to be able to reach everybody. But if I can just make somebody go, I didn't think about it on the culture aspect. I just thought about it on the bonnets and the pajamas, which is what's happening. Then maybe I'll be able to reach somebody. It's bigger than the pajamas. It really is. We need to take away all the little pieces that they are saying about us, the judgment that is happening for us. If a producer is riding around in Walmart and he's looking for a black woman with a particular look, and that particular woman happened to run to the store with a bonnet on and some pajamas, he might turn to the white girl and say, you know what, I'll just go with her. So if we could just try to represent ourselves in a way that we can be chosen in a positive light, then we can't ask for any more. We can't ask for any more. So my daughter didn't see that growing up with me running out the door looking all crazy. She never seen it. So therefore she doesn't do it. She could have did it as a child, as a grown up if she wants to, but she chooses not to. And I know that's because that's not what she's accustomed to. I want her to walk out the door looking presentable as a black woman, not as a woman with pajamas and bonnets. That's all missing the message. I just want her to walk out the door with her head high as a black woman, because we have enough stuff against us in the world. So let's just show up and show out. Everybody wants to be us anyway. So why not make sure we're represented with our head held high? That's all. So one person can get that message, I'm okay. I'm okay. you know? Mm-mm. Hold on, let me get my little straw, child. Okay, so that is definitely my message in the whole thing, basically. That is my message in the whole thing. Let's not let them, let's not give them that, where we roll out the bed and go outside and they say, oh, we didn't even wash our butt. Look at her, she dirty. Let's take that away from them. Because literally, if you're getting out the bed in your pajamas, that means you're walking out the door like that after 8 hours of sweating. So let's not even give them that. That's all. That's all. We just got to work a little harder to make sure we not looked down upon for every little thing. We're already looked down upon. So whatever we could take out of that, away from that whole persona they have, then we're getting closer to changing the culture, changing the vibe, changing the way people look at us. Only we can do that. No other race can do that for us. And we don't want every single person in the world to think when we have on a hoodie and some baggy jeans that we're thugs. Then how about we don't wear baggy jeans and hoodies? Let's find a jacket. Let's find something that may be a little less scary for the rest of the world, quote unquote. For us, it's just fashion. For them, hood, thugs. Celebrities with millions of dollars had on hoodies and baggy jeans and got pulled over and thrown on the ground. Why? Because we as a culture, not the ones with money and without money, as a culture, we're being put into a box of bad, ratchet, thuggish. We're just being looked at very harshly. Let me just say that, very harshly. Hey, Laugh, Gags, and Gossip. Hey, I love that name. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Whitney. So if you want to go outside in your pajamas because you're comfortable, please do. Absolutely. I understand it. I respect it. Do you? Only thing I can do is just try to talk to the people who want to do a little bit different. Take 1 second to put on a t-shirt and some shorts. Then that's all I can do. Anybody else, just please do whatever you want to do. The debate is not about you. It's just about us culturally trying to do better, trying to rise above the stereotypes that are already put on top of us, you know? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Laughs, gags, and absolutely. But sometimes it's a lot less quick than the ones with a hoodie and some baggy jeans. Let's just be real about it. Will it happen? Yes, they'll pull over anybody. But will it most likely be the one that looks a certain way, the one they perceive as harmful? Yes. That doesn't mean every person, every black guy in the world who, if he has on a suit, won't get pulled over. That's not what I'm saying. But we all know a higher percentage is the ones that they think look like a thug. You have a better chance if you don't look like a thug. Just a little bit better, but a better chance nonetheless. Just like if we step out of the house without PJs and a bonnet, we'll be looked at it just a slight bit better than somebody that they looking at that's dirty and ratchet. Just my opinion. I'm sticking, think what you want, do what you want, leave the house the way you want. I'm okay with it. This message is for people who want to listen and want to have something to think about and maybe make a different decision, period. You know? Yes, they are. It's a lot of shows actually doing that. And for those who want to dress for the stereotype, don't be surprised at the feedback you get. Yeah, yeah, exactly, Melissa. Exactly. You know, because you're always going to have your people that fight to still do that, to still go out the door and be perceived however they're perceived because that's the way they want to look. They're going to look that way. You're always going to have that. And it's okay because honestly, everybody's opinion is definitely valid. But I just feel like if somebody makes a comment out loud, don't get mad. Don't get mad. It's all perception. You know what I mean? It's all perception. Yep, yep. Absolutely. It's never too late to learn something. Yeah. I worked in medical records for a few years, actually, So I think I believe back in the 90s, I started the coding, billing and coding thing, but then it just got to be too repetitive and I decided I didn't want to do it. you know. But, anyways, thank you guys. It is after 12 o'clock. I have been on for an hour and 20 minutes. So I appreciate you guys coming in. I appreciate y'all opinions. I loved it. I loved the dialogue. I loved hearing what you all have to say. As grown people, you're going to do what you want. So please do. It's just my opinion, and I wanted to tap in on the subject. And for anybody watching the playback, there's no judgment. I was just trying to give my opinion to try to see if we could change the outlook for our culture. So I'm gonna get up out of here. What he saying? Hey, Melissa, you're a medical records professional. Yes, I worked in medical records and then I switched over to medical staff coordinator, which is for, I don't know, I think in different places they call that different things, but I was working for the doctors, making sure they have their DEA license, making sure they have their medical license, making sure that they knew about appointments and, just everything important to doctors. Basically, I worked at a medical staff office. It was me and one other person, and we just stayed on top of everything that doctors don't think about, that they forget about. You will be surprised how many doctors don't remember it's time to renew their license. And if you don't renew it, you're not supposed to be working. So they had us to do that. So, and I've been in the medical field my whole life. I was a CNA, and then I was in medical records, then I did scheduling, then I did unit secretary at a hospital, and then I went to medical staff. So I love the medical field, really, you know. Thank you, Laugh Gags, and Gossip. I hope you are subscribed to me because your name doesn't look familiar. So please leave me a comment on one of my short videos so I can find you and return the love. Oh, okay, credentialing. Yes, yes, yes. I know different hospitals call it different things. Like on the outside of my door, it said medical staff coordinators because there was two of us. Some people have it as credentialing office. Some people, so it just depends. Oh, okay, okay. Well, then leave me a comment on one of my short videos. I have a ton of them on my wall and in my playlist. That way I can make sure I can find you later. All right. You guys, thank you so much for spending an hour and 21 minutes with your girl. I appreciate it. And all the people the two or three people that became members today, thank you guys again. Thank you, Whitney, for being one of my loyal members. You're my sis. Thank you, Melissa, for becoming a member. You're my sis. Melissa, don't forget to message me on Instagram. I have a private group because I like to go in there and say good morning, see what everybody's doing. I run everybody's playlist once a month, or at least I try until the list grows too big and I can't do it, But yeah, hit me on Instagram so that I can add you to my group. I would really appreciate that. And that way I can say hi and good morning to you and everything, talk to you, on a personal level. Thank you, thank you. Okay, Whitney, bye-bye, baby. See you, Laughs, Gags, and Gossip. See you, Jessica. Thank you for popping in. Alvin, thank you so much. Rochelle, she already left, but thank you, Rochelle. Angel Lives, thank you, sis, for coming in, giving your opinion. Jessica Hicks, you my sis. Thank you so much for coming in. Janine Cosmo, you my boo. Thank you for coming in. Dan, he's gone now, but Dan, thank you so much for coming in, giving your opinion. To everybody that came in, King Akil, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me see if I missed anybody. I think that is it. All right. All right, you guys. Bye. I'll see you later. You're welcome, Alvin. You're welcome. Love you, Janine. Mwah, mwah, mwah. See you guys later.